My daughter Kuri has DRPLA, a disease that causes atrophy of the brain. It is hereditary and progressive. There is no cure. Kuri is bedridden. My husband Chiaki passed away 6 years ago from this disease. I wrote OHANA Family in hopes of finding a cure. I pray that I can save my daughter. Chapter 3. Worth Living. Kuri woke up several times during the night and was in a bad mood when she woke up in the morning. Chiaki also could not sleep until 3 a.m. Kuri would not eat anything in the morning, even though I tried to soothe her and my mother and Chiaki tried to talk her out of it. She wouldn't eat anything and was in a bad mood. I wanted to get angry too. We were all in a daze. As I was getting myself ready to take Kuri to the YMCA, I heard Chiaki yelling at Kuri. He was yelling so loudly and repeatedly, and he was throwing Kuri's shoes on the floor. Kuri, sitting on the couch, was crying out in fear. Her legs were shaking and shaking. Chiaki's voice was trembling, and if he kept this up, a blood vessel somewhere would break. Still, Chiaki's anger did not subside. It was hell. My mother wanted to stop him, but she knew that talking Chiaki would not help. So she held back. No matter how you look at it, it was Kuri's fault. Kuri wouldn't listen to us at all. But Kuri was sick, and she could no longer follow what we said. And Chiaki was sick too. The reality is that love alone cannot help. I found out as the disease progressed that the house we are renting now will require a major renovation that we can't do anything about. It is not to prevent Kuri from falling over, to be able to get up when it falls over. Many times before, Kuri has fallen into the middle of the night on the side of the bed. When Chiaki was not feeling well, I tried to pick her up alone. But Kuri, who had collapsed in a confined space, had lost the ability to turn her body sideways or to put her hands on her body. When Chiaki's help was no longer available, it was absolutely necessary. And the renovations would vary in content, depending on the progress of the disease. Kuri cannot live without a safe home, even though the medical expenses are now supported. There will still be one problem after another. I have been unable to sleep for the past few days thinking about it. When I picked Kuri up from the YMCA, they told me that she had not eaten lunch at all. She hadn't eaten breakfast or lunch. I told her to eat, but she just spaced out. I put her in a passenger seat and put some snacks on her lap. She seemed to want to eat the candy, but she couldn't even bring it from her lap to her mouth. Every time I braked, her upper body shook, unable to support herself. When she tried to say, "Mom," her voice was muffled and wouldn't come out. When I saw her like that, Tears started to stream down my face. Our family could no longer survive on our own. Would I say, "Please help us," or ask people around us to give us a house that is wheelchair accessible? But how could we ask such a favor from such well-meaning people? Are we qualified to ask such a thing after we have broken down so far? Do we worth living for? I thought as I looked at Kuri, who had lost her expression, and I couldn't even drive. No, that's not true. People are worth living for. All we can do now is to live one day as hard as we can. It will be worth it. If we live and still lose everything, I am sure we will not regret it. I cannot stop Kuri or Chiaki from getting sick. All I can do is cry beside their suffering every day. My left arm hurts too. But I have no choice but to live. No matter what the future holds for the Shields family, I have no choice but to live until the end and support them. That is the meaning of life.